Today I'm going to explain how to make cigarettes. First, you start off with your favorite flowers, whatever you want, the stems or the leaves, whatever you prefer, and you roll them in paper. Now, if you don't have paper, you can obviously use something as simple as a common vegetable. Um, there are some sorts of vegetables out there similar to cabbage that can have a paper-like appearance, especially when it gets older and drier. It turns white. But of course, you don't have to do that. You can use regular paper. The filters. What are the filters? Well, I have a suspicion, a sneaking suspicion, that it's a couple of different things. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's for the brown filters, that it is likely the gourds of a plant, something very similar to squash or something like that. It has a very bitter taste to it. It's almost a peanut-like taste, so it might actually be potato. Believe it or not, it might actually be smoking potato if you ever smoke the filters. For the other ones, the completely white filters, those are actually the rinds of a fruit. That is a rind of a fruit. It's either a melon of some sort, a honeydew, or cantaloupe, or watermelon. My personal favorite is watermelon. It's the rind, it's the outside of it, and it's basically cut up and then dried out and spongified. So that's how it works. And so for every large size, you can just imagine the volume of how many cigarettes can go into one pack. It can easily be um, you can easily get, like, out of a good sized watermelon, you could probably get two packs, two big containers, like 200 rolls. You probably get a 200 or more probably out of it, I would think, for whatever the price of watermelon is, and then plus the actual labor, which actually costs extra. So that's very difficult. The other difficulty is specifically the amount of money it costs to be able to harvest the. I'm presuming it's flowers. Some of them have a very floral taste to it. Others don't necessarily have a floral taste to it, but they have been harvested en masse at times. A lot of the scents and like a lot of the smells have been condensed into into other forms. Now, there can be other ways that's very, very simple to do. Um, an easy way, for example, would be to spray them down. You can spray down whatever foliage you want. So you'd probably want to use something that's a very, very mild leaf inside of the cigarette. And then, of course, you can spray it down with whatever scent you wish, roll it up, and of course you'd need to pay for the glue. So then there's the glue. So the cost is the price of a watermelon and the cost of coring it out, which can be quite problematic, and drying it out. And then there's the wrapping it in paper. And then of course your logos and whatever else you might want to put on it, which is your colorings and whatever else, which can be very difficult to make. So there you go. That's how it works, and it's extremely brown. The leaves of tobacco is extremely brown. Um, that's probably just partially because it's dried. It might even be over dried. It might even be cooked in the heat a long time. Some ones can be quite mellow and not as bad, and it can take longer to burn, and that's because they're not old. So the stock has to be replenished in order to get the high quality things. But yeah, they can definitely be enhanced with scents, with different smells. And of course, you can get all sorts of different perfumes online and other places. But of course, a lot of people just would use the cheap stuff. Does it smell good? Yeah, go ahead. So one of the things that I think that some might end up using is actually anti-static cling. If you use anti-static cling, like dryer sheets or something like that, that can work. So there you go. You can make your own cigarettes. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I have. I personally have enjoyed this quite a bit, but I could enjoy things a whole heck of a lot more. But that's just how you smoke. You make smoke signals. Woohoo, right? Yeah, I guess that's it for now. Take care. Happy working. If you work, or of course you can just use a machine to do the work for you.